MiniWarGaming, speed the cooler, bat rap.
Tau turn 5 begins. Now, we just need to try and kill as much as we can and sit on the objectives. These guys move up. We've decided we're just going to totally annihilate this last man standing. And sometimes you just gotta do that. Fire Warriors, so many of them. And remember, they are hitting on 3s now because they're not snap firing, so they're going to be hitting at regular ballistic skill. And when they weren't shooting at regular ballistic skill, they tailed 2. Yeah, it's definitely a fun unit to use, but it's kind of unwieldy. Just because, like you can see here, it takes forever. Once again, Nuva getting a little bit ahead. Gotta pull him back. And now everyone shoots. No, I'm kidding. We gotta move other units first. And so this tank, being able to move and shoot once again, starts moving away. And of course, it ignores difficult and dangerous thanks to its sensor spines. The other tank moves over, and I'm not sure why I do this, but I disembark all of the Fire Warriors out of the back of the tank there. And this plane chases down his. It only needs to do 1 glance, and it has a strength 7 gun that shoots 3 times. It should do 1, but we'll see what happens. These guys come jumping out of the terrain there. In hindsight, I'm not sure why I did that, but they do their dangerous terrains, and they were fine. The Pathfinders then fire their marker lights, trying to get a few hits on those Terminators there, and they get 3. And this blob goes to shoot at him, and he doesn't just accept that his guy is dead. He has to make me roll all these crazy dice, but that's okay. It's what the point of the game is, right? So he's got to make like 15 saves, 16 saves, something like that. They're 3+, so here we go. Can this Grey Knight live? Come on, he's the best of the best the Empire has, right? And no. He failed by 3. He's dead. And then, of course, the Barracuda shoots this tank in the back, hits twice, needs a 5, 1-5, and it dies. 1-5, and we kill that plane. Oh, we're deciding whether he wants to jink right now. I believe he decided against it, and I don't get any glances, so didn't work. These 2 snap fire their railguns into him. Just need 1-6, but they both fail. Now I shoot the rending AoE that the commander has there, and the meltoplasmas that the other guy has. The plasmas hit, doing 2 wounds, and the rending gun does 3 wounds, but no actual rending hits. So 2 invulns, 5 up, he makes 1, and then 5 up again, he makes the second one, and then these ones are 2 up, and then he's fine. So that's fine for him. Now I shoot my... What's shooting here? Railguns. That's what that is. So I do 1 wound, and then he dies. So there was the 2 broadsides in the back corner. And now the long shot through the building, firing its railgun. It does a hit, does a wound. He takes a wound and loses a guy. And now he passes his leadership because I ran out of guns to shoot them with. The close combat begins, and the Grey Knights swing away. There's only 2 of them left, or 3 of them still, actually. My mistake. It's the other unit that only has 2. So I get 6 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. 2 more of them disappear, and he just crushes that last guy. That's how he got crushed. They failed to hit him, so the Grey Knight just fell on him and killed that Fire Warrior. Fire Warriors attack back. They get 2 hits, 1 wound, and nothing happens. Or 2 wounds, but doesn't matter. Leadership check failed. They run 4 inches, and remember, he is a Terminator, so he can't overrun them. So they go scurrying over, and I'm just inability to stand models up. I just have an inability. Okay, we're going to stop trying to say that sentence because it just does not want to come out. Grey Knight turn 5 begins, and his other flyer returns after having fled. It comes in hover mode because, once again, fast attack can capture objectives in this game type, and so he wants to hold that. I totally forgot to move these battlesuits, which really a bad sign, especially as he's moving in on the 4-point objective that all of these Fire Warriors are herding around. He shoots a few pot shots from his fire there, shooting its las cannons first, doing a wound, but he has a 4-up. Shooting the other gun, and it misses. The melt gun, that is. This tank flies over and switches to hover mode. And now he's charging in here. A whole bunch of critical dice, because he's using Holocaust, which I didn't realize that he had. and it hits a huge AoE, but it does scatter mostly away and only hits a few of them and the tank. So a couple of fire warriors get hit. I tried to deny the witch was what the big dice was, because it's a big deal whether or not this goes off. And he does kill another fire warrior. Here's the 2 Terminators left shooting at the battle suits, and they promptly fail to save. Yeah. The other guy lives, though, of course, because he's better than them. And now he's charging. I get 1 hit, 1 wound, and he makes both those saves. So he charges in. Close combat begins. And we've got basically 1-on-1 and 1-on-1. He attacks first and kills that battle suit. And in the other fight, we actually go at the same time. We just roll his dice first. And he gets 3 hits, wounding on 5s, because I'm toughness 5. But he gets 2 wounds, and I fail one of my invulns, so he activates his force weapon, and I'm killed. And so he's dead, but he does get to attack as he goes down. He gets 1 hit. Oh, there we go. Yeah. And no wounds. So my commander's dead now, and he does get a warlord kill. And because he had Drago, these are scoring units, so he's now capturing that objective as well. He then goes to charge the other fire warriors there, and they all get to do their stand and shoot, which does 4 wounds. And he makes every save. So those 3 guys charge in 4 inches, which is easily enough to make them up to that wall there. So now it's the other 3 Terminators against the giant blob of fire warriors, or the second giant blob of fire warriors. And fight begins here. He's hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, and he kills like 4 or 5 of them right away. Then they get to pile in and they move up, just trying to get as many engaged as we can. And 3 hits, 2 wounds, and he makes all of his saves. Yeah. So I made my leadership at the end, though, despite having lost, because Aniva makes them stubborn. And so that's good for us. And they can see him through the window, because I know it only works if they're within his line of sight, but they can see him through that building, which, like I said, is pretty much hollow inside. But right now, at the end of turn 5, he has 1 objective contested, 2 objectives are held, 2 objectives contested, and 2 objectives are held for him. And he's actually ahead right now. So if the game ends, it is a Grey Knight victory. But it doesn't. So we go into turn 6. Stay tuned.